In. Like to talk with you for a little bit about your weight loss issues, your weight loss attempt, and something like chemical imbalance. I am sure that you've heard of the word, and I'm just wondering, has anybody told you because you're overweight, you're obese, that you have a chemical imbalance? I mean, has a doctor ever told you, or a nutritionist, or a weight program where you personally go? Have they ever talked to you about chemical imbalance? Here is my take on it is, and I have looked at a lot of things. That's just another myth. They don't know really what to do with certain things. So what they do is they just, lift up the carpet and just push it under it and give it a name. And chemical imbalance sounds so incredibly fantastic that you just fall for it. I have a chemical imbalance. Where? Where is that chemical imbalance? And what creates this chemical imbalance? Your genes? Oh, that is so funny. I'm sorry that I have to laugh. There's still a whole big group of people who really think that their life, their being obese or not, their health is determined by their genes. Well, I just, don't buy that stuff anymore because I have been educated, amongst others, by Dr. Bruce Lipton, and check them out, the Biology of Belief, etc. You can do that on YouTube. He talks about the epigenetics. He is a cell biologist, and he words exactly what I have always felt, that it's so much baloney that we inherit our genes, and then our genes are responsible for the health of our life. No, we're not. Absolutely not. What is responsible for the health of your life, whether you're slim, whether you're not, and whatever, is your mind. And for the most part, is monkey see, monkey do. I have done a lot of food demonstrations in supermarkets. I did that because I wanted to have a change out of the house. So on Saturdays and sometimes on Sundays, I was demonstrating high-end cheese in supermarkets. Fantastic experience, apart from the fact that I just had the most fantastic cheese at my fingertips to sample. I got a look at people in the supermarkets. This was so interesting because if a kid is overweight, how come? How come? Like a 10-year-old kid is overweight, obese, how come? Well, 10-year-old kid doesn't really go shopping on its own, so the parents, either before that, in front of them, or behind that, there are the parents, overweight or obese. And I look into the cart and I go like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. All sorts of junk food, carbs, a lot of bread, a lot of pasta stuff. So the kid, in order to please the parents, does and wants to resemble the parents. Monkey see, monkey do. That's the only way we humans survive. We want to please the parents. We want to please and thank the hand that feeds us. A dog doesn't bite the hand that feeds him the meat. Not really. So monkey see, monkey do. So now they're trying to sell you, trying to label you. You have a chemical imbalance because you cannot lose the weight you want to drop, you're supposed to drop. Let's put you on pills. For what? What are these pills supposed to do? Curb your appetite, or speed up your metabolism? Or this is just believing that your body is not capable of regulating that all by itself, provided you take a look at what's going on in the mind. What is going on in the mind? Why am I stuffing my face? Why am I suppressing my emotions? What is it that makes me so unhappy that I need to stuff my face with whatever? Mac and cheese, cookie, muffins, chocolate bars, you name it. Because that's what we're doing when we're overeating. We're suppressing our unprocessed emotions. We're trying to fill a void. At the same time we're suppressing, we're trying to fill a void. The void is not being good enough. It's very simple. I'm not good enough. My needs are not met as a little child. I have been rejected. It's very simple. What I want is not available to me. So everything that went wrong in your early childhood has to play out at a certain time. You cannot escape that. It's the programming, it's the belief building. It's just that's just what it is. Very simple. So can you just go like, let me just get rid of that? No, you cannot, because the mind is so crafty that it hides the original trauma, the original event that hurt you. And trauma is not the event. Trauma is your reaction, your response, the emotional negative feeling that you create within yourselves regarding that event, attempting to process that event. If nobody else helps you and the event similarly recurs, that's what you're doing as a child. That's the trauma. And so you're suppressing it, and now they call it a chemical imbalance because that reason has not been addressed. That event has not been looked at. So you tried every diet under the sun, and you know by now, and if you don't, I will tell you again, 98% of all diets fail. You can keep it up for 6 weeks, maybe 3 months, and then you fall through because it's restrictive, it's boring, it's not what you like, and you still do your very best to overeat. You wharf it down somehow, and it doesn't work. Very simple. You might lose a couple of pounds, you might lose 10, 20 pounds, and then you go like, wow, this is great, and then you stop because you're so fed up with that diet, that you go back to normal eating, but you gradually slip into that habit of overeating again. Bring! The mind says, yes! And there it goes again. Overweight plus some extra pounds. So has this anything to do with a chemical imbalance? No, absolutely not. Because here's the thing. You are the order giver, the initiator in your mind, and you don't always understand it, and for the most part you will never understand it, how it really works. You initial a chemical process in your brain that is there, and it's the signals are sent out to wherever, and chemicals are produced in your body. You are actually nothing but a chemical manufacturing plant. Yeah. So the chemicals are produced in your brain based on what information you feed. Negative information, really bad toxic juices are produced. And they go into your bloodstream and they go to the cells and they undermine the health and they trigger certain things, and you have the cravings. Even though you're not hungry, you have the cravings, you push yourself through it, you wharf it down, you suppress your feelings. Are you happy? Are you in love? Are you zipping and singing and sailing along? Happy juices are produced that nourish your cells, that make them vibrate at a high vibration. You have a lot of energy. Remember when you fall in love? When you fell in love? You had energy galore. You was hardly any appetite, a little bit of appetite. You were just flooded with hormones and whatever their names is. You were so happy you didn't need food. You were just living on love. I can say that because I've been there. Very, very, very beautiful. So chemical imbalance is just a term from the medical world, and we love the medical world, right? Don't you? The medical world who has no solutions and does not know really what to do with you. What to do with the fact that you are overeating, suppressing your feelings. You see, there is a total separation between, and it's at the neck, total separation between the body and the head. And that's just the way the medical society is educated in the university. Why? Because Big Pharma and all those who support Big Pharma and all those oligarchs who are behind Big Pharma don't want you to really get slim, slender, sexy, confident, and healthy. Very simple. So the medical world has not integrated the mental health and the body health. They do not understand, for the most part, how bad mental mindset influences the body and diseases the body. Very simple. I can't help it. I didn't invent it. Just listen to those who explain it to you and who you trust. I love doctors. I don't trust them because they are just practicing their medication that they have learned in universities, and I know who's sponsoring that. It's just even more scary now to realize that China is pumping billions of dollars into medical universities. What do you think happens when somebody or a company or a country sponsors a company, a university, a person? What happens? They put money in, but at the same time, they dictate what you can and cannot do. Same here. And they have been doing it since the early 20th centuries, in 1900 and so much. Rothschild, Chase, Morgan, all of those big wigs, Rockefellers, pumped money into medical universities and dictated what could be taught and what could not be taught. Yeah? Do your own research. So, you have no chemical balance other than your negative, self-defeating self-talk. And you can change that. And I will come back again on that tomorrow. So, in the meantime, just remember that everything I've said is a mixture of everything that I have ever learned from my parents, from my teachers, from my college, university professors, from my coaches, from everybody, read books, whatever. And I mixed it all together, made a really nice soup, and put my own flavor on it. And that's what you're getting now. And if you like it, pass it on. Press the like button. Share it with somebody who you think could benefit from it. And if you don't like it, you know what? That's okay as well. I appreciate you anyway. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk again tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.